What's poppin', y'all? I cannot stand when these guys just they pick up the goalpost, they move it over, and then they're like, wait, no, you can't do these rules. And then they just have this issue with bundles, but not with the clips. In this case, it's with none other than Elliot Wilson, which, they got to be paying Elliot Wilson good because he used to tweet all the time. Now we barely even see him tweet, which is unfortunate. I like to see him on my feed. But I'm going to play you guys this clip where he just goes on a tirade, just straight hating on our boy, Travis Scott. Now, he's not our boy, but on Travis Scott. So I'm going to play you guys this clip right now.
Keeps cheating his fucking system. Whatever the Billboard rules are that Drake's saying you're not fair anymore, whatever, why he's not number one. The nigga that got the cheat code is Travis Scott. This guy cheats the system every fucking time with his fucking direct-to-consumer antics. Whatever the fucking cheat code he has about selling you a t-shirt and a CD you're never going to play because you ain't got no motherfucking CD player. It's like, what does he do? Like, I don't mind it. I don't mind the record being successful. The record should be number one. It should be like, to me, like, let's say 150 around that same competing with Justin Bieber. 253 is a ridiculous amount of high number that's not speaking to the cultural impact that record's going to have. Like, that's bullshit. And he did it before. He did it with the Days Before Rodeo. He put out an old-ass mixtape which outsold everybody that year. Did like 336. He get a fake number one early record this year, 4x4. Nobody's played that record. You playing 4x4?
No.
I mean, like, that was a number one record. This guy has the cheat code. Can someone take the coordinates away from him? How the fuck does he get this shit off?
You want to know who did this rant already?
Can Billboard stop this? They tried to stop Hov back in the day. Can they stop him? Can Billboard stop this thing?
Why do you...
It's a cheat code. Because I bought an ugly ass t-shirt?
Whoa.
Where you playing the CD? Where you playing the Travis Scott CD? You ain't got no CD player. Is it a cassette? What's he selling? Like, can you pull it up? What is the
Okay.
What is the Jack Boys merch? What do I get?
Jack Boys 2 will debut at number 1 on Friday.
I'll tell you what, because it says 100. No, because it says 166K. I looked it up. 188K pure sales, which is the bull he's selling.
Merch boxes, yeah,
t-shirts and shit. Like, so that's how he's winning. So really, that record's 60K on streaming, which is how the world consumes the music on the big major DSPs. So it's a 60K album. It's a 100K album. It's not a 250K album. It's not 250,000 people Jack Boy'd out. Bullshit. Billboard has to stop this. Stop him immediately.
Now, some people may have their own. Like, keep in mind, 2018 is when I first talked about this. I was like, these numbers are outrageous. I just broke down the whole bundling thing way back when. But since then, I've also said that, this is the best thing for business, and it's the best thing for chart success, and it's the best thing for promotion. The problem that I have here is not that someone dislikes bundling. It's fine. That's if you hold that point of view, it's okay. But it's when Elliot Wilson was just praising, and I had to watch this clip because I thought, there's no way Elliot Wilson's letting the Clips bundles rock out, because Clips ended up doing like 108K. They were projected to do 90K when they recorded this. And he was like, 90K solid. He was praising the Clips album musically as well, because he really enjoyed it. But this just goes to show he's going in on Travis Scott like this, but not on the Clips. When Clips, really, they sold, let's just say, 50-something K, and they decided to be merchants for Cause, which is one of the best-selling and most recognizable hyped products, artists, collectible items, whatever you want to call it. So what are we doing here? And I tweeted this in response to an individual on Twitter, and he said something which I agree with. He said, dismissing album sales that come from D2C, which is direct to consumer, bundles is misguided. A fan spending $30 on a vinyl, CD, hat, or hoodie is more invested than someone who just streams. And this, you could say that this guy's kind of agreeing with me against Elliot Wilson in this case. However, I will say the fan being more invested doesn't necessarily mean, and this is what the Billboard charts are, what's being consumed more. So the charts are supposed to be a measure of, hey, this is what's popping. This is what everybody's listening to. This is what is not mystery music, like Khaled says. This is music that you should be hearing everywhere. But as of late, we've gotten tracks or albums that are topping the charts for, let's just say, a week, and nobody's really listening to them. Or not really listening to them, but to the rate at which they sold. But I respond to this because I do think there's some nuance to add here. And I said, the important question, what is the fan invested in? If I'm a collector and I see Cause X Clips with a rare physical edition, am I invested in Clips or Cause? If I'm a V-Lone fanboy and I see V-Lone X Nav album bundles, am I invested in V-Lone or Nav? That's where the quote cheating comes in for me. I bought the Travis Scott Days Before Rodeo alternative vinyl. I'm invested in Travis Scott. There's no other brand associated with that release, and this goes for Jack Boys as well. Many artists are borrowing other brands to try and boost their own album sales, which is not the same. So Elliot here, he's grilling Jack Boys when what Jack Boys is selling is Jack Boys. Travis Scott built the brand of Jack Boys, and he built the brand of Travis Scott whenever he sells his own merch or bundles. So Travis Scott built it off of the music, off of the back of the music. There are a lot of people that like the collectibles that, do they not like Travis? I don't know. Yeah, like people mess with Travis. The people that like Travis Scott's music also buy his clothes, and the people that like Travis Scott's clothes and merch also listen to the music. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily one-to-one. You can't say that, but that is more, I don't know if the word is admirable, but that's more respectable and consistent with a fan being invested in Travis Scott than Clips teaming up with Cause to sell some like vinyls and doing the same thing that Travis Scott's doing. They're following Travis Scott's method whilst not hating on Travis Scott, whilst using the conflict with Travis Scott as promotion for their album in Pusha T mainly. And then Elliot Wilson got nothing to say about that. Like, come on, you gotta hold it to the fire. Now, I will say, when he talked about 4x4 going number one and nobody listening to that record, I had to look it up because, like I said, if you guys have watched me consistently, I messed with 4x4. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the music video. That was not a number one. I thought it could be like a hit, but it just continued to fall on the charts. But I thought, there's no way that song went number one. Am I misremembering or something? Or is Elliot, talking out of his behind? No, he wasn't. That song actually went number one. And I'm like, what? Yeah, that's a shocker because its peak position globally on the global 200 Billboard charts was 218. But that's a little bit scary. I don't know about that. But regardless, let's just go to shows because we're talking Clips. Yeah, they sold 90K, 100K. You know who else sells 100K? Real 100K? Young Boy. Who else sells 100K? Meek sold 90 to 100. Uzi does 100. Cardi's doing multiple hundreds actually. But let's just go back to Whole Lotta Red. Cardi did 100K. And Travis Scott, of course, even Jack Boys. And what is the size of these guys' shows? Like, you just look at Cardi post Whole Lotta Red. He was doing arenas. Not like the, what is it called? Amphitheaters? Like maybe like 10,000 people or so per show. Meek, he could do around that. Meek's a huge rapper. Who else? Uzi. We haven't really seen Uzi go on a tour like that. Young Boy is going out on a tour that is, what the hell? He's doing arenas. Like 18,000 people. Rod Wave, he's doing the same thing. He's doing 100K. Travis Scott, you can say whatever you want about his numbers. That guy's bringing out insane crowds. He's going on stadiums. So I want to see these Pusha T tours because if they're giving them credit for this 100K or so, well, what's the shows looking like? Because I better see more than 2,000 people per show. Because if you're doing 2,000 person shows, dog, that's something that people that are selling under 20K are doing. Russ is doing bigger shows than the Clips. And he's not even selling a third of what they sold. So let's not try to play this whole like, like Clips did 90, 100, like, they're moving, they're shaking things up. Yeah, okay. Like, let's see the shows. That's the one thing you can't lie about. That's the one thing you can't really fake. Or I'm not willing to believe that people could fake. Like, Academics has kind of talked about it. Like, they're going to, like, for the Grand National Tour, he's like, they're going to make sure this thing sells out. Dog, you can't make sure to pack a stadium. Like, you got to tell me the method on that one. Don't worry, I won't leak. But I don't believe that. So when people start to get to comparing, we got to keep it fair across the board. I don't have a problem with Clips doing what they did. I do like that they did what they did. It's great promotion. It's good. It's a good rollout even after the album because now you've got like, we just sold 100K and you get to promote that as egregious as it might be. But we're not going to pretend like Clips are on the level of popularity as the rest of the names that I just put out that also did a similar number of sales or less, but are doing 5 times as many people at their shows. We're not going to lie to ourselves like that. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm see you on the next one.